Hey model fans, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video, and for today we're going to be doing a little project which is adding some extra shelves into at least one or maybe two of my cabinets. Now I know I mentioned this in my last video, in the big update video, that I needed to get some more space in here, and I know there's probably 100 different videos on YouTube already on how to add shelves into your Detolf cabinets from Ikea, or just how to make new shelves for whatever display you have, but it's a question that I have gotten not fairly often, but a few times, and enough that I thought I might as well show you the process if you guys are only following this channel. And I guess, as I said in the update video, we do need some more space in our current shelves. So without any further ado, let's get into the product that I have, and then I'll show you guys how to do the install into your shelves properly. Alright everyone, so here are the 4 new shelves that I picked up. Now I'm not going to be doing 4 in one, I'm going to be doing I think 3 in this cabinet and then 1 in the other. But just to show you guys what it looks like, just as a quick refresher. So, as the Detolf comes standard, it comes with, you can call it 4 shelves. It comes with 3 glass shelves that you can install. And then of course it has the very bottom of the shelf, so I will count that as shelf number 4. But as you can see in this one here, and I apologize, the lighting's not the greatest, but you can see here is the standard glass shelf where the SVJ sits, and then this is the additional acrylic shelf here. So basically what you do is you can split every level where there's a glass shelf. So you can see here, standard glass shelf, then above it I have the acrylic shelf. Then obviously if I drop down one below, acrylic shelf, glass shelf. So you guys kind of get the idea. And then you can see here, I'm going to be putting 1 more in this shelf, and then we're going to be putting the 3 over there. And then I should just mention, guys, I picked these up off of eBay from Ask Shop. I think they also have an Etsy under Ask Design or ASK Shop, ASK Design. Not sponsored or anything. I've bought some stuff from them in the past, whether it be, I think, shelves and some replacement clips. They haven't failed me at all, so I figure why not go back. And they're also a Canadian company, and they're actually, I think, based not far from where I am. So to be fair, I paid a little bit less as well, obviously being all in Canadian. But yeah, I will put a link down below to this shop and some other shops where you can buy some replacement shelves and brackets if you guys want to do this for your Ikea Detolf. Alright, so I wasn't going to bore you guys with the whole unwrapping process of this, but these are the replacement shelves. Obviously, maybe a little bit hard to see on camera here. Now, one thing I do want to point out, because I have bought, obviously, some of these in the past, is that I'm not sure how well it'll show up on camera, but if you see, notice there maybe how it looks a little bit almost scratched. No need to worry, at least I know from this company, having bought before, that kind of the scratchy bits and kind of the rough looking bits are just the protective film around the actual acrylic shelf, which is designed to take sort of a little bit of that abuse. So don't worry, your shelves shouldn't be scratched. So if they look scratchy, just peel off the film and you should have a nice clear shelf. Obviously, if you guys order some replacement shelves like this and the actual acrylic shelf itself is scratched, I would obviously contact the seller and maybe work something out. But yeah, if you're wondering when you straight unbox them like this why they look a little bit beat up, I guess for lack of a better term, that's why. It's just a protective film, which we are going to pull off a little bit later. And also with our kit here, so like I said, I ordered 4 shelves, so here are all the clips. So 4 shelves, 4 clips per shelf, of course, all going in all 4 corners. So we have all the clips there, and then you have all the hardware in here, all the screws for them. And what I like is that it's only 1 extra, but they do provide you with 1 extra clip just in case you break one during install or one gets faulty or something. Of course, obviously, if more than 1 breaks, you're gonna have to order more. But I do like how they include at least 1 extra just in case you do manage to screw up one. So the actual process of installing these is actually quite simple. So we have our clip here. Oop, the camera would like to focus. So we have basically our shelf clip here. This company already provides, you might be able to see there, they already provide the little, I guess, nut inside of it. And then we have our little screw here. And then basically all you do is wrap the clip, fail. You want to wrap the clip around. Now don't worry, it's going to feel a little bit tight at first. Don't worry, just go ahead, gently push it around until it sort of seats itself. You hear a little bit of a clip, and then basically once you can kind of free spin it around, you know that it's in. And then we of course will take our Allen key and our screw, and we will go ahead and tighten them up. Now, it's of course important to remember you don't want to tighten it super tight, because that's when you will start to get a bit of cracking in the plastic. So you just want to do that, and then you can see there how it doesn't move. Basically, when you're first installing, you want to get it to a point where it doesn't quite move. Try to line them all up, get your shelf on, and then obviously adjust for height and just to make sure that everything is level. The other pro tip is that I mentioned before how the shelf has a protective film on it. I would suggest while you're doing the install, keep the protective film on the shelf until you're happy with the actual final placement of everything. Again, it just helps to keep your acrylic from being scratched, or at least too scratched and too damaged before you actually finish installing it. Because the last thing you want is to install it, scratch something or scuff it up, and then obviously you're going to see that when your product is sitting on the shelf. I guess I should say the maximum amount of shelves you could fit in one of these is, I guess, really up to you. But I know from my own personal experience, and I guess having done this a couple times before, 4 fits in here nicely to still display all my model cars and not have too many gaps or have too much I guess crowdedness in there. But I guess really if you wanted to double up on shelves, you could probably get maybe 5, 6, 7 more shelves in here. But yeah, I would say for my purposes, or for the purposes of model cars, I would say an extra 4 shelves in there is going to give you an extra 12 models, so it's going to bump your total from 12 models as standard to 24 with the extra shelves. So you can see I've just installed the clips roughly right now. Just put the shelf on top. They're not screwed in yet, but again, this is where you can kind of get the clips in, get your shelf on top of it. If you need to make any sort of adjustments, you can adjust them either up or down, make sure everything's level, and then you just go ahead, obviously grab your 4 screws, tighten it down, and then you're good to go. Alright guys, and the other most important step when you're doing the install is to make sure you pet your cat when she comes and asks you for belly rubs. Eh? That is the most important thing that you can do. Okay, now, so here we go guys. Here is what the finished shelf looks like. I might do some final adjustments later, just if I'm not quite happy with the placement. But there you go. So all 4 clips have been installed. You can see there, obviously 2 at the front, 2 in the rear. And then the next thing you want to do is, once you've tightened them all down, is that you just want to give basically the push test. So just go ahead and obviously get your hand and just push down gently right in the middle, and then kind of on each edge. And basically you just want to make sure that obviously the clips aren't going to suddenly slide down, and then you just want to go over them and make sure there's no cracking or anything in the plastic, especially on these ones. Now you can get some extra metal clips, which of course aren't going to crack, but effectively what you're just making sure of is that the shelf isn't going to just suddenly drop on you, obviously, when you put any kind of weight on it. Now in terms of weight, the original specs for a weight limit on the Detolf itself is 7.7 pounds or 3.5 kilos, and these shelves, at least I believe every other shelf I've looked at, are rated to hold the same amount of weight. So I would recommend that you don't push that any higher. You might be able to go up a little bit, like maybe say go up to 8 pounds. But yeah, I wouldn't try to exceed the limit on either the glass or obviously the plexiglass shelves, because you don't want to shatter the glass shelves, and you don't want this to fall down and everything to kind of go wrong in your cabinet. So yeah, I would say stick to the recommended weight limit. But it's good that the brand new shelves obviously match the specs of the shelves originally on the Detolf. And then once all that is done and you're happy, I haven't yet, but we'll go ahead and obviously take the protective film off of there. And then the only thing left to do is to, in my case, put my McLaren 720S on there, and then you can enjoy your shelf. So there's a quick little video and tutorial on how to add more shelves into your Detolf. As I said, I know there's probably 100 other videos on YouTube for how to do it, but it is a question that I have been asked myself, so I figured I had to do it, so I would bring you guys along and show you the process. As I did say at the top, I will put a link in the description below for the exact shelves and clips that I bought, and then a couple other links for some shelves that I know I've browsed in the past and I know have gotten good reviews, just in case they work out a little bit better for you guys. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more content coming in future. And also, I bought an M3 the other day, so stay tuned for a video on that, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.